Stocks simplified, profits multiplied. This is the Apex Investor channel, and this is your update for Tuesday, November the 23rd. The big loser today was SOPA, negative 71%. Big winner, APVO, up 162%. SOPA is a software company. APVO is a biotech company. Of note, we have Zoom reaching a new low. I believe that's a 52-week low, not an all-time low. But I want to take a closer look at Zoom. To answer the question, is this true support? Well, let's look at the last month. And you can see definitely broke support levels in the last month and 6 months. Some are thinking maybe 250, 247 would be support. But if you look at the last year, 247 looks like support, but it's just reaching new lower lows. It broke support at 250 here, 247 to be exact, and was trading at 195. It rebounded towards the end of the day. However, was trading at 218 at the highest. At the highest point, I think that was probably at the beginning of the trading session. I'm not mistaken, if this will load. It looks like towards the end of the trading session, it did rebound to it opened at 218. Okay, and it dropped down to 195. Looking at the last 5 years and looking at the pre-COVID numbers, this was trading between $79. Let's just say 70 to 100. It was pretty stable. But we see a surge of volume around this point in February 2020. So that is right around when they declared the pandemic, right before that. And a surge of volume came in. So support is, in my opinion, true support for Zoom is between 100 to about 179. Yeah. So that's your support level, 100 to 180. I wouldn't buy this any higher than 180, to be honest. I know it sounds a little extreme, but that's what this channel is about. It's about extreme investing. Apex Investing is, or Apex Investor, I should say, because there's a channel called Apex Investing. The Apex Investor channel is about extreme investing. It's not about looking at, a 1 month chart. Quick Fingers Luke, who I've learned from, and all the credit and honor to him. All of my thanks to him for helping me understand technical analysis, what is support, what is resistance. But he usually looked at 1 month charts, 6 month charts, but he rarely looked at anything bigger like a 1 year or 5 year or maximum charts. But when you do that, you really get a better idea of what is true support. Not saying that those levels of 6 months are not support. That is support if you're a day trader. But if you are a long-term investor, which is what this channel is all about, you're looking for stock market crash kind of numbers. So if the stock market were to crash tomorrow, then Zoom would go down to like $60 or less, maybe even 50. And you'd be getting that at a dirt cheap price. And once the market recovers, you're going to make a killing. If this goes right back up to 200 and even 300, you'll be making 600% essentially, or 500%. So I think that's all for Zoom. We're going to go on to the trending stocks coming up next. Okay, and regarding Zoom, I wanted to add that that's good and bad news that the stock plummeted. It's good because perhaps society as a whole could be maybe recovering, and we're seeing maybe things open up again. But in terms of the stock itself, I think there's still room for it to go down below 195. Again, 100 to 180 is looking like true support. You could do a lot worse than buying Zoom at that price because it is a 52-week low, but I still think it can potentially go down even lower. Okay, so let's look at the trending stocks. GameStop is down 13.59%, $33 down to 213.90. DWAC fell further today. So it's looking like that was not support, $45. It's looking like it is a lot lower than that. Arrival is down as well, 8.5%. Bed Bath & Beyond is down. Okay, AMC is down as well, 39.16. IronNet is down to $9.19. Take a closer look at that one. Metamaterials is down just a slight bit. Again, this is being shorted just before the December 28th deadline. But that's their choice. They could do what they want. It's up to them. Clover is down a little bit too, but not to be scared or fearful. This is going to go right back up. So this is a fire sale for Clover. So it's a great pickup at that price. Probably won't see that for a long while if you don't capitalize, if you don't take advantage of that great deal right now. And I did do a video on that saying that this is support, anything below $6 essentially, because I was saying $6 to $7 is my entry point. So right now, it could go down to $0, $1, but anything below $6 is a pretty good entry point. But the lower you buy it, the better, right? Okay, Bitcoin is up to 57,000 US dollars. And I think that's it. Arrival announces closing of public following. Okay. So we're just going to take a look at these 4 of the trending stocks and see. I'm just going to move this a little bit here. All right. So DWAC was trading between $38 to $45. So it's looking like support is a lot lower than that. I want to see some nice noise artifacts here. No, there's nothing. Oh, there it is. Okay. I like the little peaks and valleys. So, I was thinking maybe 39 would be a support. No, right here is the surge of the volume surges right at this point. So you're looking at between 10 to 20, maybe even 17. Yeah, 10 to 17 is your support. So that's interesting. I just established true support for DWAC, $10 to $17, meaning that once this drops, if it drops below 20, a lot of these sellers are gonna see a huge sell-off if that ever happens, if it goes down that low. But that is true support. So if there's a big sell-off at 20, that's where you come in, swoop in, and buy all those cheap stocks, and then wait for it to go right back up to these levels, $50, $60, which seems like very realistic for it to come back and rebound to those levels, since it's been stable at these levels for practically the month, a whole month. So it's not far-fetched for it to go back up to even 100, depending on what happens, how this pans out, this social media idea or plan. IronNet was trading between $9 to $9.71. So it did reach a new 52-week low. I did buy this at $12, thinking that was support, but no, that's not support. We will see this go right back up to double digits in the next 6 to 12 months, I'm thinking. DWAC, or IronNet, I should say. Next up is Clover. Let's look at Clover next. They were trading between 515 to 551. And the 52-week range, 515. So it reached a new 52-week low. So I'm saying in the next 6 months, this will recover right back up to at least whatever this number is here, It looks like a 10. Okay, so I bought this at 5 something, so I could double my investment if I wait 6 to 12 months. Looking at this peak here, it's $12. And over here, it was up at 14. And at the very highest, it was at 28. So if you buy this now, $5, sell it at, let's just say 10, you double your investment. You sell it at 14, 15 greater, then you triple it. You wait for 20, 28 if that happens again, and it may not, but that's a gamble. You're going to make a killing. You're going to make like 5 times your money, almost 6 times. So 600%. Okay, next is Metamaterials, the darling of the channel, number 1 darling. Number 2 is Clover, and number 3 is IronNet. And I have holdings. I have shares in all 3 of those. So full disclosure, I am a shareholder of all 3 of those. I do plan to get back into GameStop. However, I did not announce that until now. I'm announcing that right now. I do plan to get back into GameStop if it does drop to 150 or below. I'm looking at 140 though. 140, maybe even lower than that, because GameStop is really, it is a monster. It is the Bitcoin of the stock market. Some people would say Tesla's it, but I don't know. And that dream could always shatter, especially with the new competitors there, with not so much Rivian now, but Ford stabbing them in the back, but more because of Lucid and the other competitors that are coming up with their own EV products. So Metamaterials was trading between 368 to 394. And I guess there's nothing much to say about this. It's we're just waiting for big news to be announced. It will be announced very soon. The blackout quiet period is over. So let's take a look at the news coming up next. If there's any news, this video will just extend. So here's the start of possibly bigger news on the horizon. George did retweet that Metamaterials, it's not just nanotech that will be at CES, computer technology. I believe it's the what does CES stand for? Consumer Electronics Show. I think that's what it stands for. But not only will nanotech be there, but Metamaterials will be there as well. They're going to be presenting, or I should say exhibiting, at CES 2022 in Las Vegas, January 5th to the 8th. So join them at booth number 9253 if you're in the area to learn more about their NanoWeb application. So that's going to be very significant. We'll see if any big deals or big announcements come around that time. They might be released around that time, since it is after the dividend deadline. So we could see really incredible megaton level news between January to April. I do give them 6 months though, but I've given them 4 months. I think 4 months should be, that's a substantial amount of time for them to let the dust settle. But I might even extend it to 6 months, but I did place a wager on this channel that I'll shut this down. I'll delete this channel if by April the 1st, this stock, Metamaterials, is below $4. Okay, we're going to move on to Wall Street Bets and the Metamaterials subreddit and see what's going on there. Okay, we have one news item from Wall Street Bets. It is talking about the U.S. is going to release 50 million barrels of oil to ease energy costs. Now, this relates to Metamaterials because of the Torchlight assets, which are oil and gas. And just me interpreting this from my opinion is, what is this? What are they doing? Well, it's a stopgap solution. It's a temporary solution to address a long-term issue, which is, the price of oil is going to the moon. And for him to do this, it's like me, if I have in my safe, let's just say I have some silver in my safe, and the price of silver is going up. So what I'm essentially doing is I'm increasing the circulation of silver by introducing more silver in the market. This is a way to hopefully prevent inflation, to prevent the price of silver, in this case oil, from going up too high. That's not going to work because you're not actually producing oil. You're only using up your reserves. You're using up your reserves. So what's going to happen after those reserves are depleted? Well, the price of oil will continue to go up. So that's what's going to happen. And I mean, fortunately for us, for metamaterials people, meta heads, it's going to result in a very high dividend, possibly in the higher scale or in the higher tier of what that YouTuber was predicting. I forgot the name of that YouTuber now, but I believe she was saying it could go as high as 40 something dollars per dividend. And at the low end, I think she said 17, 20. So that's all for Wall Street Bets. We'll move on to MetaMaterial subreddit. And if there's anything, this video will be longer. Okay, I'm over here at MetaMaterial subreddit, and there's a video of a video. It's like it's like Inception. We have a video inside of a video. So I'm going to listen to this audio snippet that this YouTuber posted. I can't remember. Oh, Roller Pigeons. There, Roller Pigeons had posted this. So I'm going to listen to this clip with you. Let me just turn on the sound here. Share sound. Okay. So you'll be able to hear George talking about the dividend and just how much that could be worth. We're going to look at just how feasible this reality could become. Okay, or not reality. This forecast could be. So we're going to listen to this together, starting in 3, 2.
You have seen that in the United States, the new President Biden has done some additional restrictions in the oil and gas industry. Yeah. And that makes an asset, or the assets that Torchlight has, even more valuable. So if you announce a dividend today, you're shooting yourself in the foot, as they say.
Yeah.
I believe that the dividend will be very exciting for the Torchlight shareholders, and my hope is that they'll take it and do whatever they want with it and maybe buy some additional MMAT stock on the future on the NASDAQ. That's my hope, and that's why we did not want to touch the dividend, because we on the meta side could not even predict the price of oil 6 months ago, or where this Biden administration would create potentially additional reasons for the assets to be more valuable.
And for you, if I
conclude is that it's a preferred share for a reason. It's not priced. And in order for the shorts to deliver this, they have to own the stock.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot borrow the stock. They cannot short the stock. They have to own the stock to participate in the dividends, and so does any other normal investor.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, because of the potential is, if you look at the statistics, it could be $1 to more than $20 according to the analysis. It's difficult to predict where it's gonna end up.
If I divide it in a three range, this range that you give us from $1 to $20, and if it's low, for example, is 1 to 5, medium 5 to 12, and high to 12 to 20. For you, where is the low, medium, height?
I cannot give you that prediction. I am not part of the management of Torchlight. Also, I'm not an expert in oil and gas assets.
Where is Derek?
Derek may be better suited, and when I say 20, that could be also a low number. Like, honestly, today, I know that whatever it was valued at last year, it's more. That's the only thing I can tell you, just based on the price of oil and what the Biden administration has done. Other than that, everything else is speculative. So I don't know, Mark, if you want to add to this.
Yeah, just Marco, we can't talk more about price, okay? The price stuff, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but we're putting us in a difficult position. You're not allowed. We're not allowed. He's a director of the company to talk about future price, okay? We've also used a half hour of an.
Notice how George said in that clip that, you know, it's based on the price of oil. So if it's based on the price of oil, then it's surely based on the amount of oil. And that the valuation was done last year. The valuation that he gives, the 1 to 20, was done last year. That's why he says 20 could be a low number. It was done late last year. He gives you in May, he says, well, 20 would probably be a low number now because that valuation was done last year. That's all he can say. That Spanish man was saying, the Spaniard was saying, where's Derek? I want Derek. And he's like, oh, Derek would know, but I can't tell you that. It was done last year, okay? I'm getting butterflies in my stomach.
Okay, so thanks to Roller Pigeons for pointing that out, for posting that clip. We're going to look at the price of crude oil in order to get an idea of how much this dividend will be worth. Again, as she stated, the valuation was done late last year. So we're looking at, what is that? November 2020. Okay, so they were thinking $1 to $20 was the range. So I believe let me just shrink myself because I'm taking up too much space from the chart. Okay, so we can see the price of oil went down to $16, and when the valuation was done, again, it was the end of last year, which was at the most, let's just say 50. Okay. Yeah, so between 17 to 50, and their valuation was $1 to $20 for the dividend. So that being the case, looking at the price of oil now, it's been up to 83. It is practically almost doubled, and it looks like it might double around the time of maybe November, December. We're already in November, but by December it might go even higher. It might go to 90, maybe even $100. The price of oil has not been this high since 2013. This is pretty historical. And then 127 back in 08. So yeah, oil tends to go through these cycles of dips of $41 back in, when the stock market crashed around that time. Went up to 124, went down to 40, went up to 113, went down to 33, recovered to 70. Well, in any case, that's still double what it was worth when it dipped. Went down to 18, and now it's all the way back up to 83. So using this as a barometer to estimate how much this dividend will be worth, again, it's looking like it will be double what the original estimation or valuation was. So $20 might in fact be the low number. So I could be wrong when I said $10 to 40. It's looking like 20 to 40, maybe even 50. So that's the title of this video. It's going to be the dividend will be worth $20 to $50 at the most. So that is incredible. Very big development there. And So I think we got our money's worth in terms of this update today. At least for me, I'm really super bullish. Definitely going to pick up some MMTLP when it dips. But we only have about a month to go until that is no longer offered. They might even remove it from being bought and sold from the OTC or wherever it's being sold right now. So I would not wait too long in order to get that. So thank you all for your support. Once again, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. It will make sure that this channel is one of the top results when people search for metamaterials and people wanting to know the truth about what's going on. As well, people in Wall Street Bets who may not know about metamaterials, I think just me talking about it and other channels such as Roller Pigeons and Uncle Smokey and other, maybe even Trey's Trades. I think Trey talked about metamaterials maybe once, but I don't know, he talked about Torchlight. So that's how I found out about it. It was through Trey's Trades. So if more YouTubers are talking about it, including myself, that's pretty much, it's the number one stock on this channel is metamaterials. It will increase the awareness to the public about not only just how good the stock is, but you could also help them as well to increase their portfolios and help them in their lives to be able to afford things. So it all connects. We're all in one big circle of life. So thanks again for your support. May God bless you all, and God bless your investments.